It's time for Lawrenceburg Almost Live with your hosts, Tiffany and Tia.
Welcome to Lawrenceburg Almost Live. We are almost live again.
Yeah, because we're not live this week.
We aren't.
We're at my house, and y'all know my internet is crapola.
We're at the mansion.
Even though we have Blue Zoom now instead of AT&T, we are not having enough juice to get us live. That's okay.
I'm Tiffany Asnero.
And I'm Tia.
And we're here at the mansion. So welcome back
It's not
to
the mansion.
Lawrenceburg Almost Live.
She says that to annoy me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm good at it.
So, we got lots of stuff to talk about this week.
We do have lots to talk about.
So, I'm going to talk first, and she's going to say I'm going to be quiet. Which never happens.
Well, okay, real quick though, I think I'm gonna be quiet because me not being quiet is probably what got me. I'm just gonna be quiet. But I want people to know that people are human.
Yes.
And people may do things, and I'm sorry if I offended anyone or
You did not offend anyone.
If I hurt anyone's feelings, that was not in any way what was intended. And I apologize. I sincerely apologize.
There's nothing to apologize for.
But anyway.
You didn't do anything wrong. So, in case you don't know what we're talking about, we apparently made the Anderson News this week. All because Tiffany said last week on our show that Judge Robards was fair and that we like him and that we thought he did a good job, of which we all still agree. That's all true. And apparently some people felt that was wrong because of her position at the county attorney's office. And she is still a private citizen and she can still give her opinion. And
This is Tia's opinion,
this is my
by
opinion.
the way.
This is my opinion and my opinion only. So if you don't want to hear it, turn the volume off. So I personally am offended that somebody tells me that we can't have our own opinion and that we shouldn't be endorsing people that we like, regardless of what our jobs are. We do have a right to free speech. And no one has asked us to endorse them. But if you drive past my house, you'll know who I endorse as a candidate, and I'm not even referring to the judge's race, because we have a freedom of speech. And so we're very fortunate in this country, and my uncle and one of my granddaddies and lots of my friends, my business partner, and lots of my relatives fought for the ability for us to have freedom of speech, and so I'm exercising it right now. So, lastly, I will say, we are adults, and we are professional, and we are always polite and professional when we're at work. And regardless of whether we know you or like you, I don't like everybody. I'm sure there's lots of people that don't like me, and that's okay. I can still be polite and professional, and we can still do our jobs effectively without getting our feelings hurt. Now, we'll leave it at that. Y'all can read all between the lines, because y'all not stupid. And I know you're not stupid, and y'all can figure that out on your own. So, let's talk about other stuff, more fun stuff.
Okay, let's do. Because I have been getting educated today.
Yes.
I have been in Lexington this afternoon. For a conference at the Kentucky Prosecutors Conference today. And it was there was some good stuff. We were talking about how to cross-examine mental health experts. Mm-hmm. That was some interesting stuff because the speaker, he was pretty interesting and entertaining. But then the last hour or so, I thought I was going to fall asleep. So I'm glad to be here, and we're going to, wake up.
And I told her that very often happens in my world, too. We are required as police officers, all police officers in the state of Kentucky are required to have continuing education of at least 40 hours a year at minimum. Some of us get much more than that, but that's the minimum standard. And so sometimes, even in a class that you're excited to take, there will be lots of parts that you're like, this is really good, and then there's other parts where you're like,
yes,
make me stab my eyes out.
So it was a half day today. I've got all day tomorrow, and I'm gonna do, I think, at least 3 different sessions on DUI prosecution. So that's gonna be good stuff. There's gonna and this will lead into something else.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to a canine. There's gonna be a canine session. They're gonna talk all about issues surrounding canines.
Okay, well, let's talk about Canine Joe.
So, Canine Joe.
I'm sure that you all are aware because it's been talk of the town this week. Because it's really the big story.
It's the big story
in our town. We didn't have to go digging for stories because we had a good story this week. And some of my colleagues, good job. They made a traffic stop early Friday morning. Briber Shears made a traffic stop at like 3:30 in the morning for expired tags, and pulls this car over. First of all, dummy, don't be driving around with expired tags. That's like a big neon sign that says, "Hey, pull me over."
At 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yes. So he makes this traffic stop, and I won't bore you with all details, but anyway, he recognizes that there's some hinky stuff going on, and he calls out Officer Hayden, who brings over Canine Joe, who searches the car, does a sniff search of the car, and he alerts, and they found over 7 ounces of methamphetamine, crystal meth, which is over $20,000 of street value. What are you looking up?
I'm trying to find these hashtags because the police department
Hashtag game was on.
It was on point for sure. Go ahead, keep talking.
So, well, I was done.
I don't want to talk about the details.
You can't talk about the details, but I can. So, allegedly, because they're innocent until proven guilty. So they had over 7 ounces. That's a lot, y'all. $20,000 worth of meth. So there's 3 people arrested. They've already been arraigned in court. They have a future court date. I don't know when it is. Doesn't matter. They were not from here. We are happy to say that they are not from here. They are not citizens of Anderson County. Apparently they were traveling through on their way to Somerset, possibly from maybe Louisville. I think I read that maybe somewhere on the Lawrenceburg Police Department's Facebook page, maybe. So they got $20,000 worth of meth off the street. So, but all 3 of them have an extensive criminal history. One of which has a prior engaging in organized crime. So that's kind of what we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and I'm sure it'll be going on up. And
okay. We need to talk about the hashtags.
Well, no, but I was saying she'll only have to deal with it for a little bit, and then it'll go to circuit court. Which
but
she has
listen,
yes,
the Lawrenceburg Police Department, when they posted on their Facebook page,
I don't know who runs it, but they're doing a great job.
I mean, hilarious. Hashtag old dog still hunt. Hashtag Joe determined that was a lie. Hashtag no exchange, no refunds. Hashtag not making it to Monticello, fellow. Hashtag sorry we ruined your meth party. Hashtag hide and go seek. Hashtag Joe found it. Hashtag who's a good boy.
Yes.
Who's a good boy?
We need to give Canine Joe a big old steak or a big old cheeseburger or something. He did a great job.
So when I figured out that Officer Brashears was involved, I did have to send him a text message, and I said, good job, hashtag old dog still
He's over me, y'all.
So, and he did not take offense to it. I was quite impressed, but I was proud of him.
He was probably sleepy.
Probably, because it was kind of early in the morning, because he works 3rd shift.
Yeah, he works night shift, so he tries to sleep during the day, and sometimes he doesn't get to because of court.
Yeah, and I sometimes have to text the officers during the day if they work nights, and they don't like me sometimes.
We always start it with, I'm sorry.
I'm really sorry to bother you, but
I know you're trying to sleep.
But I had to give him a good shout out. But hashtag old dog still hunt. I love that.
Yes, I like I said, I don't know who's running that page, but somebody did a great job.
Yes, so sorry I didn't already have it pulled up, but it was fabulous.
Yeah. So
I'm really excited about my class tomorrow because we have this canine that's doing an awesome job. So
we talked about that before. We talked about Officer Hayden and Canine Joe.
So I'm really excited to make sure that I get all the updated case law and everything. So
yes,
that makes me excited.
Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy? Hashtag who's a good boy?
All right, so let's talk about one of our other criminal cases.
You.
Okay, well, it's out of your court. It's out of your court. So we talked about this early in the year. Caitlin Doss was unfortunately killed in a really bad car collision back in May out near 151 and 127, and she was pregnant at the time, and it killed her and her unborn child. And one of her passengers has been indicted and arrested on charges of reckless homicide, fetal homicide, and assault fourth for one of the other passengers that was in the car. So that's no longer in your court; it's in circuit court. So
It was never in my court.
right. So so our condolences are still to those families, and you know, this young man that's been charged with this is also only 18, and he's young, and unfortunately, he may have to pay a high price for that.
It's a sad situation all around.
Yes, it is. So we also had, and I know she can't talk about this either. We had a threat at the high school last week at the Apex. And for those of you who don't know what the Apex is, it's like the in-school suspension. And we had a student who made a threat.
Well, I don't know that Apex is just in school suspension. I think it's the alternative
schools. You're correct.
school.
You're correct. You're right.
Alternative placement
Yes,
kind of thing.
you're correct. She's correct about that. And so this young man made a threat, and of course the sheriff's department investigated it and took it seriously, and it's in the judicial system now. So we can't talk about that any more than that because it's a juvenile case. All right? All right. So, but it's being handled accordingly. Let's talk about fun stuff. Let's talk about sports.
Okay.
So I went to the football game again Friday night.
Well, guess what?
You weren't there.
I kind of did.
You watched it on TV, didn't you?
I watched it on Anderson County Sports TV.
Yes.
I was kicked up on my couch. I was watching it up on my
Yes.
TV. I sent Mr. Producer and Tia a picture of me lounging, watching the TV.
Yeah, so you can watch the football games live at home.
And I was commenting, and the people that were doing the announcing, they were like, Tiffany Gash Azanero has commented and said, "Go Bearcats." And all I wanted was Keith Klink to give me a shout out, and he didn't. It was the other dude. I wanted Keith to say, "Go Tiffany!"
So, if you weren't aware, the first two games of the season have been live, and you can watch it at home. I'm thankful for that, for when it's going to be bad weather, like cold and rainy, because I'm not going.
Oh, it was so fun. I was cheering at home.
Yes, so they played Meade County. Okay, so now Meade County beat Anderson County last year, y'all, at Meade County, like 49-0, something. I mean, it was a whooping. They put a whooping on us last year, and so
They didn't
this year. We beat them 34-19.
It was a good game.
It was a great game, and it was like the crowd was awesome. The theme for the students was a beach theme, so they were in their Hawaiian shirts and their leis and their swimming trunk shorts, and
And it
all
looked
kinds
like
of-
they had inner tubes. And
yes, they had a
all
beach
kinds of-
ball.
Yeah.
They were crowd surfing some little fella, and I was like, y'all gonna drop him on his head up in the stands. He wasn't very big, but
Well, I hope he's okay.
He's
They
fine.
didn't drop him, did
No,
they?
they didn't drop
Oh,
him.
okay, good.
but they had a beach ball that they were knocking around, so they were having a big time, and so the crowd was big. The band played. The band was able to perform on the actual
Oh, my stopwatch is gone. Go ahead.
on the field this week, because last week the field was too muddy and they couldn't get out there. So this week they were able to perform with the flag girls and all that kind of stuff.
The sound
So-
of the marching band.
Yeah.
You know I love that.
Yeah. So they did really well. So this week, do you know who we play this week?
Okay, listen. I also need to tell people about Mercer County. I love Mercer County. It's just a rivalry. I need to make sure all you Mercer County people know that I love y'all.
Because I've been telling her about how good us Selvisa people are.
I know this, but there's got to be a rivalry. Like there's got to be.
Well, we
a-
play them at home. I mean, at Mercer's home.
I know, but there's got to be a rivalry. So.
But you know what I don't like?
What?
It's at the old Harrisburg High School field.
Does,
That's where they play the football games at.
does Mercer County not have a?
Not the new school don't. They use that field.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, why don't we play at Anderson County then?
Because it's our turn to go
Oh.
up there. Because they came down here last year.
But We're going to beat them.
Well, Anderson was expected to lose to them last year.
Yes, didn't we only win like by one or two
points last year? So Mercer's going to be looking for blood. But they've lost several people to graduation. They lost Gunner Gillis. So for those of you who don't know, our quarterback is Jagger Gillis. His older brother was the quarterback for Mercer last year, who's since graduated. So his brother's playing against brothers. Mr. Producer's throwing. So he's throwing notes at me. So this week's game, because it's going to be at Mercer, will not be live, but it will be recorded and played on Saturday.
Oh, Mr. Producer.
But you have plans to have all of the home games to be live, correct?
Well,
sometimes
at least that.
Sometimes it's a little different when it's away, depending on what's going on and who has to film it and all that kind of stuff.
I know.
So
I got spoiled last week, though. I loved it.
I have plans to go, so we'll see how that works out.
Because I figured out how to put it up on my TV
and look,
on
I'm
a big
sporting my
screen.
Anderson Bearcat shirt this week.
It was awesome.
Yes.
Okay, but we have to talk about a sad thing that happened at the football game.
Oh, poor Zach.
Zach Labhart, like probably one of the best players on the team.
Yeah, he's a three-sport athlete. He plays football, basketball, and baseball. That's very uncommon these days.
I've been watching that boy play sports since he was a 12-year-old little leaguer.
There's a handoff to Labhart. There's a big hole.
So he's a good
Labhart cuts to the
He scored a
outside.
touchdown the
He's
other
to the
night.
10, and
And him and Jagger did the chest bump, running chest bump things like they always do.
Them boy, all athletes scare me to death when they do
Yeah,
that.
and when he came down, he tore his.
Okay.
What exactly?
All
did
right.
his mama say?
His mama wrote this on Facebook. His ACL is completely gone. The MCL is a little damaged. The meniscus is a little damaged. No football, no basketball. Maybe some baseball. And he's having surgery on September the 7th.
Yeah, which is like next Friday.
Is that next Friday?
Friday the 7th. So, sorry, buddy. However,
Zach, we are sorry, but I was texting Tia the other night and she was like,
the silver lining is at least you weren't a senior. Because then his whole high school career would be over. So I hate that it happens. It happened. It's unfortunate. But at least it's your junior year that you're missing, not your senior year that you're missing.
is he a junior?
He's a junior.
He is a junior.
He's a junior. So he's not a senior. So he's still got next year that he can play, and he can play all three sports, and he'll be healthy, and he'll be like the bionic man, and he'll be all good. So it's horrible when that happens to any athlete and they have to miss a whole season. But to me, personally, I think it's worse when it happens their senior year.
Oh, and his sweet mama, she put a picture of him on leaning on
Yes.
crutches that night.
We all knew he was hurt because he went down like a sack of potatoes and he didn't get up quick. Normally, they'll lay there for a minute because they get the wind knocked out of them, and then the trainers will get out there to them, and then they're checking on them, and they're like, phew, okay, I'm good. And then they get up, and then they come running off the field, and we're like, oh, yay! And then they go back to playing.
Well, and the Wildcats have had an injured football player too,
Yes.
a season-ending injury. So they were talking about it on KSR. Y'all know I listen to KSR, and the Bearcats can be like that too. They can use that as an incentive to go out there and play for Zach every game.
Well, a couple of the boys really stepped up their game, like Brendan Maxberry.
I know that Maxberry kid had an awesome game.
He
He
did.
was a speed demon.
He was like, me, I'm taking over.
Yeah,
Throw
here.
it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you that I can do this.
So, and he was on it.
He played awesome.
Yeah, so the boys stepped up.
And I think was Justin Wilhoit the player of the game, or so
Several
boys
games
are
had good
gonna
games.
they're gonna step up and they're gonna and our boy Cece. What about our boy Cece? His name's not Cece. What's his name? His name's
Charles, they call him CA.
CA, but we're still calling him Cece.
Yeah, we call him CC. And now I completely forgot his name.
Charles
But his last name starts with a C.
Collins.
Thank you. Like the school. Charles Collins.
Our producer is on top of
Yes,
it
he
today.
is. He's normally not. So, I'm just saying. I can say that he's my brother. For in case anybody gets offended, he's my brother. I can talk about him. I have another brother. I can talk about him too if y'all want me to. She's my cousin. I can talk about her.
I always talk about Tia.
I'm just saying.
I love her.
So CC, so they call him CA at school. So, but
He CC'd us.
yeah, but he CC'd us. We still got to tell his mama. Tasha was supposed to tell his mama that we call him CC, so I don't know if she's done that yet or not. So,
Miss Collins,
yes.
we like your boy. We don't even know him.
Yes, he's quite the little player. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. And so that's part of the reason why they were expecting Anderson to be really good this year is because of Zach,
Because they had Zach and Cece.
Right, right. But now we got Brittany Maxberry, so
I know, they played awesome.
So we just
Did
kinda-
you see that picture that Troy Young took of
the one where it
all...
looks like he's floating? Oh, no.
No, of all those people in the huddle.
Yes.
Did you see
Yes.
that one? We need to ask Troy if we can use that on the show because that is
Yes.
a great picture.
It was a great picture. He got a
Great
couple great
picture.
shots. Okay, so
right.
soccer girls had their first win
Good job, girls.
this past week. They beat Franklin County.
Good job.
Volleyball girls are actually playing tonight. Today's Wednesday. Y'all probably won't see this until Thursday.
Probably.
But today's Wednesday. And so far their season is 4-1.
Good job, girls.
So they're doing well.
Oh yeah, we already discussed that. It is girls volleyball. There's no boys volleyball.
There's no.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sometimes. At least she's pretty.
Well, that's for debate sometimes.
We think so. So what else you got over there? We got
Okay.
I think that covers all the
So
sports.
I got with Jeff Waldridge today to find out some more info on the Ghost Walk.
Yes.
First and foremost, Jeff has badly sprained his ankle. So I want to give you a big shout out, Jeff. Take care of yourself. Get well soon. But they will be back in action Friday, September the 14th to start back. Friday and Saturday nights through Halloween. They're going to have a special ghost walk on Halloween. You can go to kyghosttours.com, buy your tickets now. So go do that.
That's homecoming weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That's homecoming.
That's a big weekend,
So
y'all.
that's our next home football game. It's Friday, September the 14th.
Okay.
And we play.
So we play 2 games away?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So we play Mercer County this week. We play somewhere next week. I can't remember where. And then the next week, the 14th, is Franklin County at home. So the game is Friday, and the homecoming dance for the high schoolers is Saturday the 15th.
That's a big weekend.
Because my kid's going. That's, I finally got a kid old enough in high school to get to go to the homecoming dance.
Goodness. You're going to have to go shopping.
Yes, we're going Monday, Labor Day. Y'all pray for me.
Now, you be patient.
Pray for me.
I'm
We've got some friends that are going shopping
good.
too. So
Do not.
Right. It's
We're going to need to
it's not
pray
just-
for Mallory.
It's not just me and her. We've got some buffers in between the two of us.
Okay, good.
So it'll be all
Oh,
right.
I was a little worried.
It'll be
Okay.
all right.
So also that weekend, I have discovered that the class, Anderson County Bearcat class of 1983,
So if that's your class,
is having their 35-year class reunion.
Uh-huh.
On Friday night, they are going to tailgate at the football game at 7:30, and on Saturday night, they're going to be out at Wild Turkey Trace from 7 to 11:30. Contact Barbie Peak Young, Natalie Cox Brown, Jennifer Durr Young, or Lisa Hanks Burkhead for more information. I think that you can find some info on Facebook too.
Yeah, I think so.
And if you want to mail checks to Barbie Young, go to Facebook and find that information or get in touch with them. Then just to let y'all know, because this is my class, I'm going to tell y'all how old I am. Of 1993, Anderson County Bearcat class of 1993. Our 25-year class reunion is coming up on October the 20th.
oh, I didn't know y'all were having one.
We are having one because our class is pretty fun, actually. We love each other.
So what y'all gonna do?
We're going to be out at Wild Turkey Trace Golf Club too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, October 20th, I can't remember how much it is. I'll get more info when it gets closer. But that's coming.
You know what I have next year? Next year. I have 30 years next year.
She old.
30. I am old. But I'm not as old as the producer.
25 years is making me feel really old.
Right.
But anyway, okay.
Okay, so also on the 15th, I really want to go do this. So I'm hoping, as of right now, we don't have any cheerleading. We don't have any softball scheduled. It looks like I might actually get to go do this.
I think we might need to do this.
Yeah, this is right up my alley.
And I think we need to do little blurbs and give it to the producer to put in our show.
Yeah.
We should
Okay.
do this.
So it's the first annual Lawrenceburg Anderson County Home and Garden Tour. It's Saturday, September the 15th.
Is the mansion on it?
Yeah, TV Rippy House?
I'm talking about this.
Oh, no. I just barely got grass, remember? I just got dirt last week.
Your garden is some rock.
We finally got
The
topsoil,
rock
y'all.
garden.
It cost me $1,600 for some dirt. Yes.
We probably could have gone and found you some.
No, I had to have 7 loads.
Oh.
And 7 loads just barely got it started up around the front of the house. That ain't even the rest of the front yard. That's just part up around the porch. That's just in dirt. Have you ever paid $1,600 for dirt?
No. No.
Right. That wasn't counting the grass seed or the straw that we put down ourselves.
I tell you what, the first house that we bought in Lawrenceburg, we decided that we would lay our own sod.
How'd that work out for you?
Never again. Never.
There's your advice for the week. Don't lay your own.
Don't lay your own sod.
Pay somebody to do
Spend the money. Never.
You mean you just sat there and just roll it out?
Oh, we did, but duh. That was the dumbest idea Philip and I ever had in our lives.
I thought it was pretty bad. David did the grass seed, and we had a little spreader thing, and he did that, and it didn't take him very long to do it. And then so it was to do the straw. And it was getting ready to rain that day, so we had to hurry up and get it out. And so the straw wasn't too bad. It was going fairly quick. And then we realized we were going to run out of straw, so he went back to get more straw. And I said, I'll finish up this other bale and a half while you're gone. I don't know what was wrong with that one bale. I don't know if it was wet. I don't know if it had honey in the middle of it, maple syrup or what. But it was stuck together. And so the rest of it, I could just pull it like this and it would go out.
You're like a flower girl.
Yeah. Not that bale. I was literally having to pull parts out, and then I was having to pull it, and I was awful. I was covered in black stuff that I probably shouldn't have been inhaling, and it took me forever to do that one bale. I was still doing it when he got back, and I know he thought, she done quit and went inside the whole time I was gone.
She went inside where it was cool. She took a break.
I did not. I worked on that whole bale that whole time, and I was like, look at this crap. Somebody put something in the middle. It was like glue. And the rest of them were fine. It was just that one bale.
Well, when we decided to lay sod, it was in the middle of July.
Yeah, that's not a good plan.
That was dumb. Yeah. And we had a great day. And it was muddy.
That's automatic fertilizer.
Muddy.
In July?
Well, before we got the sod laid down.
Okay, I got you.
So we had to get that sod down.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got you.
Dumb.
Yeah. Okay,
what else we got?
so wait, so the thing about the
sorry.
garden tour, so there's 15 different locations.
Mm-hmm.
It's $20 a person.
Mm-hmm.
It's from 3 to 7, and at the end, you go to Rising Sun's Winery.
Do you get some wine?
Yes, libations. And I think there's going to be, I think I read this, like door prize drawings and stuff like that. However, here's what I anticipate is going to be a problem. It's homecoming dance.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to get my kid ready. So I don't know.
They might
what
need to
time.
move that up to like 12.
Well, I think the reason why they had it early is so they could go to Rising Suns when it's over. I think that was the whole point.
Oh.
And so, but one of the things that interests me the most is doing some of the Chibi Ruby houses on there. I don't know where all the other locations are, but some of the stone fences on there, the dry stone, dry laid stone fences, of 2 of which we have on our farm. And our fireplaces are dry stone, and our mailbox and our islands covered in dry stone. So that's right up my alley, because that's Irish settlers who did that. And my husband's Irish. So that's one of my favorite parts, and I want to go for that more than anything. So I got to figure out how to work that out.
Okay. Now, on September the 20th,
Yes.
there is an Anderson County FFA Agstravaganza at the high school, at the Ag Shop at 6 p.m. You can get a mechanics lab tour, a greenhouse tour, and an SAE demonstrations, and there'll be some food. Now, I saw this on Joni Clark's Facebook page because evidently the kids came and talked, or she said something about it. But these FFA kids, they work pretty hard, and I think they do a lot of stuff in the greenhouse, and
That's where they get their sale, and they have their they raise all their flowers and plants, all that.
So go out and support the FFA.
And something, we're gonna jump back to the 15th again because I almost forgot. I promised that I would mention this. The Mothers of Brothers, the football team is called the Band of Brothers. So the Mothers of Brothers is having a fundraiser for the football team for homecoming weekend. So they are asking for donations for the silent auction baskets, and a bake sale.
When is this?
The weekend of homecoming.
Oh,
The 14th,
so they
15th.
need stuff for that weekend.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So they want it in time for the football game on the 14th. So if you have something that you would like to donate, or you want to make items for the bake sale, find a Mothers of Brothers and donate that to them. So
Okay.
Penny Smith Johnson, there you go. I took care of you. I
Aw,
promised
Penny.
her. I promised her I would throw that out there for them. So if you want to do something good for the football boys, that helps raise money for them. So find one of them and they'll take care of it.
Okay, just a couple more things.
Yeah. So
On KentuckyTasteBuds.com,
you talked about that.
they had a blog, and it was called 5 Reasons We Love Lawrenceburg.
But it was is it the reasons why we love them, or they got different reasons?
No, I mean, it's like about the same reasons we
Okay.
love. Number one, what? Yes.
Because I'm related to everybody. Oh
No.
that's the reason why I love Lawrenceburg.
What's the number one reason?
Because I'm related to everybody.
Well, think about it. If you're from out of town, what would be the?
Everybody's friendly.
Well, it's a place.
Bourbon,
Well, that's on the list, but that's not number
wild
one.
roses, or wild turkey.
Sweet mash.
Oh, really?
Sweet mash was number
Well, I
one.
love me some sweet mash.
Yeah. Number 2 was Chickadee's specialty shop, because this
Really?
girl got a little dress there, and she said
Yeah.
everybody compliments her on it, and she loves it.
I can
Number
dress her
3
too.
was Heavens to Betsy.
Betsy.
And I'm gonna tell you what, Heavens to Betsy special is my favorite sandwich this week.
Which is
The pimento cheese with the
Yes.
red pepper jelly, and you can get bacon on it. Oh, it's out of this world.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I'm so mad I'm at the conference. Like, I'm
So you
almost
can't go get one?
I'm almost willing to drive back at lunchtime to get it and
We're
take
not
it
even
back.
working together tomorrow, so we can't even go down there for
No.
lunch.
Oh, it's so good, y'all. Go get it.
Maybe I'll go to lunch without you and go get me one.
It is so good. Oh, it's to die for.
My friend Denise that hosted with me a couple of weeks ago,
Yes.
she was bragging about Heavens to Betsy the other day about how she went in there and got a turkey and bacon sandwich minus the sandwich part, and it comes in a bowl with lettuce and chopped up turkey and chopped up bacon, and she showed me a picture of it and she said it was so good
I need
without
to
the
hear
bread.
But you can't with that pimento cheese because it's all
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
just
Well, if
good.
you've never seen their sandwiches are big enough for 2 people or 2 meals, depending on how you want to go about it. But
Yeah, I saw Betsy the last time I was in there with the club sandwich, and I told her, I said, this is a big butt club. But I think I said something else. It's a big butt club. Number 4,
yes,
bourbon and wine.
Uh-huh.
And they listed Lover's Leap, Rising Suns, Four Roses, and Wild Turkey.
of course they did.
And number 5, our new salon and spa, Pure Radiant Salon and
That's
Spa.
Angel, my neighbor.
Yes. And they said, the Sweet Mash girl said, why don't you go down and check it out? And they fell in love with it. So
That's awesome.
that was awesome and neat.
Well, I think one of the reasons should be because I'm related to everybody.
I think one of the reasons should be Lawrenceburg Almost Live.
Well, there's that. Hey, y'all, we had over 2,100 views this past week.
And last week was our 6-month anniversary.
We didn't even know.
We didn't
catch
know.
it. We didn't catch it. But we had over 2,100 views.
We did, thank y'all.
Yeah, and we got a little extra publicity this week.
Thanks. We ain't talking about that.
I'm just saying. Thanks for boosting.
Okay, we got to talk about our weekly special really quick.
Okay, but hang on. So then St. Lawrence is having the Harvest Fest. Excuse me, on September 22nd.
You okay?
I think so. Woo! For 1 to 10 p.m. at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. The Burger Festival's coming up on the 28th.
Oh, I really hope Heavens to Betsy has that pimento cheese sandwich that week too.
There's all kinds of other good food vendors at the Burger Festival.
But that pimento cheese sandwich is
One of it
to
is
die
because
for.
it's burgoo. Hello, I love burgoo. I know you don't like burgoo. Cheese. That's not the Chilton side in her. That's the other side. 'cause
I don't think that's
the-
any side. That's just the picky side.
That's the gash side because the Chiltons love burgoo.
That's the picky side.
So the Burger Festival is the 28th, 29th, and 30th of September.
Really, you cannot tell that I'm picky though. I mean,
Well, you know.
you know.
Me. So we'll tell you more about it leading those next couple of weeks up to about all the festivities that they're going to be doing and all that kind of stuff. So now we can talk about this because there was another episode this week. I watched it already.
Okay, we have to hurry. All right.
Crystal Rogers.
Episode 3. The
Disappearance.
disappearance of Crystal Rogers. It was good.
Yes. Remember, if you haven't been watching,
You might want to just turn it down for a minute.
you need to, well, you first need to start watching
You
the
got to.
series of the disappearance of Crystal Rogers, who is missing from Bardstown, Kentucky. they're presuming she's probably dead. They don't know that for a fact. There's never been a body found, but there is 5 unsolved murders in Bardstown, which are potentially related, and so they are covering those at the same time that they're talking about Crystal Rogers, and it's a weekly episode, and they just did week 3.
They talked a little bit more about the mom and daughter that was murdered this
the
week.
Netherlands.
They interviewed the sister. That one has me rattled.
It was apparently very violent for the mother and the daughter both. There was a lot of trauma to both bodies. So that was kind of hard to hear.
But they have figured out that there is a connection with a white older model car, and Nick and Brooks Houck's granny had a white older model car, and
She conveniently sold
She
as
sold
soon as they
it.
posted on Facebook that they were looking for it. But they found it.
and the show bought it because Stacey Rice told me that the show bought
Oh,
it.
it said on the thing at the end.
I
You
didn't
that?
see it, no.
It was a little blurb at the very end of it. It said that the Oxygen Channel purchased the car. Da, 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 da.
I didn't see that.
So, yeah. So, David and I have been watching together. David likes it too. So, even the men in the house.
And the canine cadaver dogs, they hit on something.
Yes. And so, that's kind of where they stopped. So,
Poor Sherry Ballard. God, she breaks
yes.
my heart.
And it was both canines, one of which hit on something, and we won't spoil that for you. And so one of the canines hit on something, and then they called the other canine over there, but they wouldn't want them to know where. And so they kind of kept them off, and then the other canine came over, and that canine hit on the exact same place as the first canine without knowing it. And it wasn't the lake. We'd already done the lake thing. We already talked about that.
And they found out that her car was on the parkway before midnight.
Yes, before the last time she was seen alive. So,
And they're muffling voices and
yes, because somebody called in
because
that tip.
they're scared. Everybody in Bardstown is scared.
Yes, there were several people that they talked about that briefly on this week's episode, that there was lots of people that wouldn't go into stuff because they're afraid they're going to be a target. So even the guy who called in the tip about the white car, which turned out to be a really good tip, he even asked that they disguise his voice because he didn't want anybody to know who he was. It turns out he was right. It was a connection.
Tune in Saturday.
So
It is good stuff.
I think that's everything we got for this week. Is that right? We covered
I
it
think
all.
we covered it all. We may have gone over a little bit.
Were we on
have.
time?
We've gone over a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. Okay. So, but now you got all your wonderful news for the week. And I guess we'll be back next week and we'll have more to talk about. So,
I have a trial next week.
oh, we do Thursday.
Yeah, so I may not be here next week.
Oh, we'll figure it out somehow.
We'll figure it out. But again, thank you all for watching us for the last 6 months.
And those 2,100 views this past week. Yeah,
Yes,
so-
thank you. And again, just know that people make mistakes. And
She hates it when I'm right. Don't hate me because I'm right.
you're
She makes
pretty.
mistakes.
Okay, we love you.
Bye. We'll see you
And
next week.
we'll see you next week. Bye.